আমাদের সূর্য মেরুন, নারীর যোগ সবুজ ঘাসে, আমাদের খুঁজলে পাবে সোনায় লেখা ইতিহাসে। আমাদের রক্তে খেলা, জন্মেছি মাথায় নিয়ে, খেলোয়াড়ি পরোয়ানা, বুকের এই কলজে বলে লড়াই করো হার না মানা। জন্মেছি মাথায় নিয়ে, খেলোয়াড়ি পরোয়ানা, আমরাই মোহন বাগান, আমরাই মোহন বাগান, মোহন বাগান। শুভ নব বর্ষ, শুভ নব বর্ষ। Happy Bihu, Happy Pongal, and Happy Baishaki, and a Happy New Year, Shubho Novabosho to all of the Mohun Bagan fans. And we are here. What a win! Mohun Bagan has got this. It is that double we have got. Oh my goodness! It is this living god, Jose Ramirez Barreto. It was back in the early 2000s when একটু বাংলায় বলি তাহলে ভালো লাগবে। আমরা ফুটবিলের মাঠে খালি পায়ে ফুটবল খেলছিলাম, অ্যান্ড তখন দ্য লিভিং গড, দি লিজেন্ড, দ্য সবুজ তোতা, দ্য গ্রিন প্যারট, জোসে রেমিরেস ব্যারেটো এসেছিল আমাদের মাঠে। বাট যখন দেখলো কি আমরা খালি পায়ে খেলছি, হি জাস্ট ওপেন হিজ বুটস, হি জাস্ট আনটাইড হিজ বুটস, ও আমাদের সাথে খেললো খালি পায়ে। ক্যান ইউ ইমাজিন দিস? This is that legend, Jose Ramirez Barreto. And starting from this season, we have been saying, we have that prediction that this season, Mohun Bagan, we're going to win the ISL Cup, the league. We will win the Super Cup as well. It is the mentality, boys. It is that double we have win. Joy Mohun Bagan. আমাদের মেন্টালিটি বলে, আমাদের লড়াই বলে, আমাদের খেলা বলে কি আমরা এটা করতে পারি। 1997 was the year when we got that big national cup in our bags, and it was Jose Ramirez Barreto. From that, he is that biggest pillar. Those of you who are still not knowing about Jose Ramirez Barreto's Facebook as well as those social handles, it has been pinned. You can search that in the different social media platforms. You will get this living legend Jose Ramirez Barreto, as well as I will tag him in this video section as well. But amra esechi ei video te just for Mohun Bagan, what they have achieved. It is a big feat. Talking from the start of the season, it was that the change where Habas was replaced and it was Jose Francisco Molina coming in. It was many of the people, many of the Indian football fans were saying that Molina will not be doing that enough because Habas left us and he joined those I-League club. We'll be talking about that a bit later, but Molina, no doubtedly, he did that good. Molina, no doubtedly, he did that good. Jose Francisco Molina made his statement good. We were getting those upsets in the start of the season. For the first game, it was against Bengaluru. We got some sort of upsets. It was in the final of the Super Cup where also we got some sort of upsets. It was in the Durand, we got some sort of setbacks, but we made it. Jose Francisco Molina has made this statement this season so good because Mohun Bagan, looking at the stats of this season, they have done it. They have played 24 games, 47 goals they have scored. What is this season where you have seen any ISL team scoring 47? But in conceding, we have conceded only 16 goals. 16 goal khechi matro. This is amazing. We have proved this season key that we are on the centre backs, we are strong. On the attacks, we are strong. On the mid pitch, we are strong. On the substitutes, we are strong. We have that strong mentality, that strong muscle memory building up in the Indian Super League. No one could have stopped us. No one could have stopped us. It was only those 2 defeats which we got, but it was a bit later stage. Again, from the start of the season, it was that centre back. I mean, some of our rival clubs, they got our own centre back, got transfers to them, but it was again the court which gave the judgment. There was a ban on that club for those transfers, as well as those fines were imposed on those clubs. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. They couldn't stop Sobuj and Merun, the Mohun Bagan, the Mariners to get the high league this season. So Mohun Bagan, we did it good. But it was some sort of injuries I will be talking, because McLaren was the man who came into the squad new. This season, he made his dominant performance, scoring 12 goals in a season. Coming first in the Indian Super League is not a matter of joke. Then also the Golden Ball and the Golden Boot has been won by the Northeast United winger. It is the likes of Aladdin Ajare. He has won that. He no doubtedly played that good. But Jamie McLaren made his statement good. His presence felt. It was the absence of Dimi Petratos for a few of the matches. It was the absence of Cummings. It was the absence of Stewart. Some of the players getting those injuries. But McLaren was the man who was staying on the center forwards, and Molina was picking McLaren time and again. It was a big time. Demi Petratos was paired with McLaren for half of the season, in the first half of the season, but in the second half, it was the likes of Stewart or it was the likes of Cummings who were coming in. What to say about Jason Cummings and Drake Stewart? All of them. I mean, the Scotland players, Drake Stewart making his statements good. Australian players of Demi Petratos as well as the likes of Cummings, they made that so good. But no denying the fact, Suhail Ahmed Bhatt, we will be liking him to come into the squad as well. But all the players, whomever you talk about, I mean, it was the elite goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer of Indian football. It is Vishal Kaith who finally got that. Vishal Kaith also got that award this season. Vishal Kaith did his performance so good, only conceding 16 goals. Can you imagine that in the Indian Super League? When is the last time this has been seen that the first team who is on the first part of the table has conceded only 16? My goodness, it was the predictions again which we made from the start of the season that we are going to get that double. I made that on my live watch-alongs. I made this prediction on the start of the season in our videos, in our live watch-alongs, everywhere I did it. Even some of the fans said to me that I was wrong. But that is a different story because we have got it. And adding more to that, it was those pairing of Aldred as well as the likes of Subhash Bose, the likes of Rodriguez, the likes of Ashish Rai. Dipendu Biswas, that young man, oh my goodness, he is a marvel. He is a marvel. I want Dipendu Biswas to be playing in the Indian national team as well. But AI, All India Football Federation, AIFF, I don't want to go into the details of that. Again, it was the likes of Anirudh Thapa on the mid-pitch, Manbir Singh on the wings, Liston Colasso on the wings. It's a one-man army. What a marvelous performance he got. But I would want Liston Colasso to be a bit more clinical at times. Sahal Abdul Samad, I mean, at times he was getting those injuries he was coming at, but he was playing that pivotal role, those whole player movements he was getting. He was that elite player, but he was in some sort of injuries as well. But he made those comebacks and he got that as well. It was the likes of Apuya. My goodness, Apuya was the man the previous season when he made those transfers. He was being thrown that money from the sidelines from his previous club fans. And he made that statement. The one goal which he got this season, my goodness, that was a clutch moment goal. And Mohun Bagan this season has been getting those clutch moments in all the final stages of the tournament as well as in those final stages of the Indian Super League as well. We have got those comebacks. It is that muscle memory which we have made that. We have got those comebacks big time. It was only those 3 defeats which we have got across all competitions this season. It was the likes of Bengaluru where we got that defeat. It was against FC Goa, we got that defeat. And it was against the likes of Jamshedpur in the semi-finals of the ISL Cup. We got that defeat, but we made those comebacks on those reverse legs big time, and we got that. Winning the I-League, winning the ISL Cup at our home ground. It is a history which has been created because none of the team has been able to do that in the Indian Super League. Anyway, none of the teams has done it, but Mohun Bagan has done that. It is a big. We are the clutch moment comeback team of this season, the previous season as well, and we are now on to the next phase of getting that into the ISL Super Cup. We will be getting that Super Cup also. We will be getting that. I want to make that treble. But there is something to be looking about because on our left wings, we need to get some reinforcements. Subhash Bose being the captain, he has been playing long time, but we need some reinforcements because the next season we will be playing the AFC Champions League too. But with this squad, I would say we should focus only on the treble. The Durand is there, the league is there, the Super Cup is there, as well as the ISL Cup is there. We need to focus on that rather than going on for those AFC Champions League too, because the injuries of the players will be the matter which will be concerning most. If we are getting that in the AFC Champions League too, and we don't have that academy of players in our squad, I don't think that we need to go so long for now. We need to have a stadium of our own. We need to get our academy players into the playmaking much. Then we should focus on the AFC Champions League. And yes, Jose Molina, if he is being there, he will be also getting these statements good enough for Mohun Bagan Super Giants. And next season, again, I'm getting that prediction. Next season, we will get that treble. This season, we have got that double. The Super Cup is incoming, but the next season, it is the Durand which we'll be getting. It is the league which we will be getting, the Shield, and the ISL Cup we will be getting. The treble is what we want the next season to be incoming. And yes, Shubha Novabosho, to every one of you, celebrate this in the Mohun Bagan style. Drink petrol and be a Mohun Bagan fan. No denying the fact, it was that which happened with Mohun Bagan. Now we'll be moving on to those about the Champions League predictions, which is coming on from tonight. Aston Villa against Paris Saint-Germain. Oh my God. Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. It has been a big win, 3-1. Luis Enrique getting that against Unai Emery. Unai Emery getting Rashford into the squad. Watkins, Rogers, what is he trying to do? Unai Emery, my boy from the Premier League, you are going to get that exits because PSG has got the win over Liverpool and they have been in the Champions League consistent despite getting some losses in the group stages of the tournament, which was a big schedule playing. But Luis Enrique and his men, without the likes of Kylian Mbappe, they have made it. They have made it. And the centre-back pairing of Marquinhos and Paco, PSG, these two centre-backs in the Champions League, they have been the best. No denying the fact, they too have been the best. Donnarumma is on the goalkeeping aspects. It was some sort of comparing that Donnarumma against the likes of Emilio Martinez from Aston Villa. Will that be a good enough? But Martinez couldn't save that. Emilio Martinez just couldn't do that. It is Aston Villa who has conceded those 3 goals against PSG. Will they make it? From our predictions, it is PSG all the way going into the semi-finals. Aston Villa, sorry my friends, I couldn't make that. The villains will have to get that upset because it is the second leg which we are having those predictions. The next game, it is Borussia Dortmund against the likes of Barcelona at the Signal Iduna Park. Borussia Dortmund has got those more than 4 goal victories in the Champions League, but this time against Hansi Flick's lethal Barcelona. Sorry, my friends. Sorry. It is the likes of Niko Kovac against the likes of Hansi Flick. Both Niko Kovac and Hansi Flick has that adaptability to the game. Niko Kovac will be that critical into it. Barcelona has got some sort of injuries on their left backs. It is the likes of Balde who won't be present, but Martin will be the man. But will that only one thing for Hansi Flick which will be making that? Because Casado is also not there. Mark Bennell is also not there. But Dani Olmo is the man who will be seen. He is seen in the training grounds as well. So Hansi Flick with that 4-0 aggregate over Dortmund will make it good in the second leg. I don't want Dortmund to concede anymore because next season Dortmund will not be playing the Champions League because in this season in the Bundesliga they are at the 8th spot. Dortmund has lost this. The previous season's finalist has lost it big time. And in the second leg also, I don't expect any sort of recovery which Dortmund could get unless and until they find their best way. So it is Barcelona going that into the semi-finals for the second leg. The next one is the likes of Real Madrid going against the likes of Arsenal. My goodness, Declan Rice getting those 2 set pieces. Who on this holy earth, being the goalkeeper in the Champions League for Real Madrid, could have saved that free kick from Declan Rice? Timo Courtois, no doubtedly, he couldn't save that. But that was a Superman free kick. It was some sort of cartoon which I was watching. I mean, some sort of Cartoon Network which I was watching in that game to be happening. Declan Rice taking that curl, that speed, that fastness to the topmost corner of the bar. It is Arsenal who has been getting those set pieces from the corners, but this time they have made that from those free kicks being taken outside the box. My God, and it is Declan Rice who has done that. Arsenal were having so much of injuries, but they have got that 3-0 against Los Blancos, and now they are traveling to Santiago Bernabeu to face Los Blancos. But Los Blancos has made that 6 hours before the game. The Santiago Bernabeu will be closed from the top, and it will be all the likes of Castellas as well as the Los Blancos who will be just safeguarding the stadium, and it will be all that noise, those crackers, will that shaky moment. Arsenal players, the Gunners, will they concede more than 3 goals? Yes, it is that mentality which will be happening. But Kylian Mbappe in the La Liga getting that red card for that bad tackle. I mean, Kylian Mbappe is really under some pressure. I mean, player of that talent getting those tackles in the La Liga, getting those frustrating moments. It was the aspect of that referee also getting those ugly decisions in the La Liga for Real Madrid in this previous fixture which they faced against the likes of Deportivo Alaves. But I think Los Blancos will make it. They have that mentality. They will make it. Los Blancos will make it. From my prediction, it is Real Madrid who will be advancing that. And the last but not the least game is the best game out of these 4 matches in the Champions League for the second leg. In the quarterfinals, it is Inter against Bayern Munich at the San Siro. Simone Inzaghi's men against that injury-laden team of Vincent Kompany. How is that going to be? Vincent Kompany, do you think that he has that capability of overtaking Simone Inzaghi's men who are on an aggregate 1 goal up against Bayern? But Bayern has got that mentality, but they conceded cheaply that second goal in the first leg, which wasn't expected. Thomas Muller, the legend, also got that recovery somehow into the first leg. But again, it is Thomas Muller who has posted on his Facebook, on that social media handle, that they are going to make that comeback. And whenever Thomas Muller has posted that, it has happened. No doubtedly, whenever Thomas Muller, the legend, has posted that, it has happened for Bayern. The Bavarians will be rolling high at the San Siro. Inter has also faced those losses at San Siro this season. Will that be enough to get Bavaria those moments? Because the injuries of Alphonso Davies, Upamecano, Hiroki Ito, Jamal Musiala, Bambi is also injured. Manuel Neuer is also there on the injuries. But for Inter, it is Dumfries, Zelinski, and Carboni. Only three of them. But Inter has that midfield, so much of fluidity in that team. Will that be good enough? Can Bayern be holding Inter up to those 90 minutes plus stoppage time and getting those equalizers and then moving on to the extra time? Or will this game go into those penalty moments? Shootout moments will be bit critical, and I think this game, it will be definitely going to that stage. This game, Bayern and Inter, I think from my predictions that it will go into the penalties and it will be the decisive. So that was all our predictions of the Champions League, and adding more to that, it is again Joy Mohun Bagan. Mariners has got that double, and now we are going that treble in the Super Cup. So yes, Shubo, Nobo, Washo, bye bye, keep going.